Have you ever thought that you've been your own worst enemy the whole time rather than it being somebody else, the powers that be, aka the elites, or your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, whatever. You always have somebody to point the finger at, but you never point the finger at yourself. You have to take responsibility for your actions. You have to take responsibility for your thoughts, the way you think on the daily. And there's going to be these things that trigger you along the way, but you cannot just point your finger at those triggers. Instead, you have to look at why these things are triggering you. And you must take a deep dive within yourself so you know that they're triggering you for this and that reason. And it's something that has to do with you, nobody else. So figure out why it is rather than being the victim, rather than blaming somebody else and not taking responsibility for your actions, for the person you are right now in this existence. And we'll just start moving differently, and life is going to open up the doors of abundance. It's a very common thing I will say over and over again, but life really does open itself up to you once you take your time with things, once you start caring more for yourself and really taking things into account. You think that some things are necessary when in reality they're just not. You continue to have your focus on the wrong things rather than the things that are actually going to move the needle forward or put you in a better position on the chessboard, because this life is practically a game. And I hate to say, oh, this is just a simulated version of reality. We don't know what this reality is, but it's what it feels like. It feels so real, but it's just not as real as we think it is. And once you've gone on a psychedelic journey, you really feel that. You can really see and feel that when you have one of those experiences. And it can mess you up. I'm not here to tell you to go on this journey of a psychedelic trip, but I'm definitely saying that it is very insightful. If you ever had one of these journeys, leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know if it's changed your life or it's had you going backwards. Whatever it is, just let me know. Let me know what you got. I think it would be awesome for me to get a little story time on what I did and how they worked for me and how they even could have messed me up at one point. But that's for another video. I'm here to talk about responsibility. And I'm not saying that the mushrooms are the reason why I felt so off at a point and period in time. They actually showed me that side of myself so I could start going to work on that. So just letting you know, I'm taking the responsibility for it rather than saying it was something else outside of myself. Because I can't just be making this video trying to teach you something and just be a hypocrite. So many people want to give knowledge on a certain subject, but they're not willing to live by it. That's why I have just been on a different side of the grass in my life, because I want to be able to share who I am authentically rather than me trying to give people the answers that I haven't even implemented into my life. So I have to be somebody who is taking action on the daily. So if I'm speaking on something, I am doing it, or I am at least trying to achieve it, rather than just trying to tell people this and that and not actually be about it. So anything I talk about, I'm definitely about, and my results will prove it 100%. But you know, it can feel weird just staring at a camera, talking about responsibility, talking about life and all the crazy things in between. But it needs to happen if I want to see growth, if I want to do what my heart desires, or even I desire through the ego, because we do operate from the ego. We do operate out of our basic programming, and we have these instincts to survive or to gain or to want, or whatever you want to call it. So we're just always looking for something to fill ourselves up. And at times you have to learn how to be present, so you're not always trying to fill a void, or you're always trying to get more and more and more and more out of life. That's a great mindset. It's good to have. It is good to want. It is good to keep on going after something that you truly desire in this life. But there's also a time and a place where we have to sit down and just be in the present and give gratitude for what we have now. Very tough thing to do, but I guarantee you can do it if you just sit down and just affirm to yourself, affirm to God, the universe, that everything is going to be okay, that you have everything you need and it's all going to work out. No matter how rough things could be going or getting in your mind, realize that a certain shift in thinking, a certain shift in your frequency will change the entire paradigm of your life or the moment in time. So you have to be able to think differently. If you want to take responsibility, think differently, act differently, act by action, not acting like an actor. Actually take the action. That is going to change your life. I always say that we have to change our life. We have to change this and that. Sometimes I'm just a control freak. At times, I gotta surrender. I gotta be able to just let things happen the way they need to happen without controlling a thing, and let my body feel whatever sensation it is feeling, whether it be anxiety or excitement. I have to be able to feel it out, because if I'm not becoming a better version of myself, and I am not letting the universe do its work on me. So in these videos, when I feel like I could be messing up, I always have to course correct. I am not always going to have a perfect product, and I have to tell myself these things over and over and over again so I can be able to give the best of myself. Going on a rant, it sounds quite selfish, doesn't it? But it gets me in the right direction to teach you guys how you can do something for yourself, whether it is creating the content, whether it is doing something that you may be uncomfortable in the moment. This is how we respond to our ability, the responsibility. So if you want to take responsibility today, start changing the way you think. Catch yourself in wrongdoings, wrong thinking patterns. It's okay if you're a negative person. I'm not here to knock you if you are quote unquote realistic. That's okay. Everybody is different, but try to test yourself. Try to challenge yourself to think differently about a certain situation that is going on or your circumstances right now. It's the best thing you can do for yourself is to just think differently. Man, I got a little bit of the sun beaming down on me. My throat's still a little mucusy, dried out, but we're pushing through. We're not making a fuss out of this. We're having fun with it and doing what we got to do. I say it over and over again, but we're getting better with every video we create. Whether I start going off topic or I go on the side tangents, we're getting better, and that's all that matters. I'm just happy that I can be out here in the backyard in a warm climate, it feels like. I know there's snow behind me, but I feel very comfortable. Hands are warm, sun's very warm. That's just how the body works when it gets used to the cold. But I'm not gonna ramble on any further. I just wanted to talk about taking responsibility. I wanted to talk about some of the things on my mind and throw some breadcrumbs out there for you so you can think differently, or you can hop on the same vibration of thinking, or just have some type of entertainment to just listen to somebody speak on topics you may never have heard of or topics you have heard of. That's about it, man, or woman. So we're gonna close this out, get it posted, and move forward in the day. We got a lot of good things coming, and you do too, but you gotta do the work yourself and believe in yourself. Peace.